Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, the DRFBets race of the day for Sunday, January the 27th, race number 9 at Sam Houston. It is the Grade 3 Houston Ladies Classic. It's a really nice card at Sam Houston on Sunday. Make sure you get down with a DRFBets account. Sign up at bets.drf.com, deposit $50, and you're able to bet with $200. Here's the field for the Houston Ladies Classic. We'll have a big favorite in here in the classy Midnight Bizou. But remember to download free Formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com. Access them, handicap along with us. We'll take the field in post position order, Matt, beginning with the number 1 Song from Above, a stakes winner as a 2-year-old filly. Understandable why these connections would want to take a shot, claiming her for $8,500. Maybe she'll make a broodmare down the road, but realistically, this is a very difficult spot.
It certainly is, but I kind of, the way that I'm looking at this filly, I don't think she's going to have any real say as far as the outcome, as far as the win is concerned. But like you say, she's already a stakes winner early on, and look, it's only a 7-horse field. You figured it was probably going to come up a little bit on the shorter side. Take a chance, see if you can hit the board. All of a sudden, if she's graded stakes place, that just adds to her value as a broodmare. I don't fault the connections at all. I don't think she can win, but I don't fault them at all.
Number 2, Remedy, goes out for high percentage trainer Brad Cox. We have a positive formulator fact regarding Remedy. Over the past 5 years, Cox with 4-year-olds and up dirt routers returning off 2 to 4 month layoffs, 29% winners, $2.81 ROI. Just looking at the career box, you might say she doesn't like to win. 4 seconds from 8 lifetime starts. I think they've been mitigating circumstances in several of her races. 2 starts back, she battled it out with a couple of other horses, was no match for odds-on winner She's a Julie. And last time out, I liked her in the Grade 3 Comely, and I thought that maybe she could sit second off Blamed, the horse they all had to beat in that race. She missed the break by about 3 lengths. Javier did not panic. He gradually made up ground and was really getting to Blamed at the end of that race and galloped out past her. That was a speed favoring track to boot that might have favored Blamed. I think if Remedy got a good break in that race, there's a chance she could have beat Blamed, who we'll see Saturday at Gulfstream Park.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. I think there are a number of things, like you say, the start basically eliminated any chance that Remedy had, and the fact that she got within a length at the end of it, I think just kind of goes to show that this filly has some legitimate ability. But at the same time, I do kind of look at that race and say, Mile and Eighth is probably more what Remedy wants as opposed to a horse like Blamed. Blamed, I would think, even over a speed-friendly track, she was absolutely stretched out at that point. I feel like she's going to benefit going back to shorter distances. Meanwhile, Remedy, you're turning back. I know it's slight, but a mile and a 16th, and look, with a more advantageous break and a better sort of position early on, she makes plenty of sense in here, especially if you think that there's going to be a forward move here in her first start as a 4-year-old. I don't have any real knock against her. I'm not totally convinced that she can run with a horse like Midnight Bizou.
Isn't Joe Bravo just going to send coming out of the gate? We'll talk about the Timeform US Pace Projector in a bit. They do not have her on the lead. I would expect her to try to make the front and take the race to the odds-on favorite.
Well, I guess the thing of it there is I don't really believe that Midnight Bizou is going to be up there contesting the pace, and I think there is some other speed in here, and really I guess it depends on how confident the connections are in Remedy. If you think she's just that much better than everyone else with the exception of Midnight Bizou, I suppose you go out there, you try to put away all the other speeds and go on and say, come and catch me. At the same time, I don't think I would be totally opposed to the idea of sitting off of a target, one of these overmatched speed horses, whether it is a horse like a Moonlight Garden or even a horse like Prado's Sweet Ride, who I think is going to be forwardly placed. If you sit off of one of them and then you still get the jump on Midnight Bizou, I think they'd be content with that as well.
Number 3, Viva Forever, has won a third of her 30 lifetime starts. She's won 3 of her last 4, 4 of her last 6. It's worth noting that the one bad race during that span came in her only start against graded competition, that being in the Molly Pitcher. She is now with high percentage trainer Carl Broberg. We have a formulator fact for Broberg. Over the past 5 years, with 4-year-olds and up, last out winners off a trainer switch, 43% winners, a $2.88 ROI. She has been consistent throughout her career. She had a sensational 2018, winning 8 of 13. I wonder if this is too tough.
Yeah, I just kind of think she's in over her head here. This is another instance where I think the connections would be very, very happy to get a graded stakes placing here at this point. That run 2 starts back, I thought it was fine, but she had a big pace to run at that day. I don't know that the pace will be that fast this time around.
Timeform US has the 4, Moonlit Garden, out there on the lead as we take a peek at the pace projector. And Moonlit Garden is a very likable horse, a restricted stakes winner at a mile and an 1/8 at Saratoga 3 starts back. She's now making her second start of the form cycle after finishing a well-beaten third. This is a mare that has run some races in the past, but again, you see those races against graded stakes competition, they're disappointing to say the least.
Yeah, I think she's just a little bit on the cheaper side. I think this is a tough spot for her, but at the same time, if you are going to try to win a race like this, if you're Jose Ortiz, I think you have to go like the pace projectors suggest. I think you send and you hope that you can get out there and just get brave.
Not only is Heaven Has My Nikki, not only is she a multiple stakes winner against fellow Ohio breds, but she's pretty good against open company as well. Graded stakes placed as a 3-year-old at Gulfstream Park going a 1-turn mile. I thought she ran just fine in the La Brea in her most recent start going 7 furlongs. Maybe she's the one to take up the running in the early portion of this race.
Yeah, I would kind of venture a guess for that, especially because you look and see, I know technically the ownership groups may be different, but it's the same group. It's Luch sort of owning the 3 as well as the 5, and I feel like Heaven Has My Nikki is probably better set in a situation like this to set up a horse like the 3, because realistically, from a distance standpoint, I just think this is too far for Heaven Has My Nikki.
Prado Sweet Ride's going to be facing a tough task, facing the likes of Midnight Bizou, but she scored in the Grade 2 Falls City Handicap 2 starts back at Churchill Downs when she was able to control the pace. They put her back on turf. That's where she's done most of her work during her career, but we know she can step on dirt. That was a pretty fast race, a 91 Beyer speed figure, and she doesn't need the lead to win. She has an outside chance if the favorite stubs her toe.
I picked her second in here. I do think this is potentially a little bit on the difficult side. That Falls City 2 starts back, that field was inferior compared to what she's going to face here in this spot on Sunday afternoon. But I do like that tactical ability that she can sit off of a target and still be as effective. I expect her to be forwardly placed, not outright on the lead, but I could see her pushing it and getting first run on the main players.
Class of the field, the horse with all the figs is the number 7 Midnight Bizou, multiple Grade 1 stakes winner for Steve Asmussen. Thought she ran just fine in the Breeders' Cup Distaff last time out behind the sensational Monomoy Girl and the older Wowcat. She was placed first via disqualification in the Cotillion. Little bit of a controversy there, but she gave Monomoy Girl all she could handle in that race. And this nice outside post for Mike Smith is going to allow him to break and then kind of drift in, let the speeds go, and she'll sit in mid-pack. If Asmussen has her cranked up, this is probably a prep for the Apple Blossom a little bit later this spring at Oaklawn Park. Even if he doesn't have her 100% cranked up, 85 might do.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I just kind of look at it and say she's earned so many Beyers that are faster than anything else anyone in this field has earned. She's earned 5 Beyers, 94 or greater, including that run in the distaff. And the big thing for me, even if this is a prep, which I agree with you, she's probably not 100% for this race, the mile and a 16th, I think she does better with these slightly shorter distances. I still maintain I want to see her at a 7/8 mile race at some point, whether it's the Madison or the Humana Distaff. I recognize the big money is going 2 turns, but to me, she is better going slightly shorter. And again, I call it kind of an uninteresting opinion. I just think if she shows up with her B or B plus effort, it's good enough to win.
We throw up our picks in this race. Midnight Bizou Way, the horse to beat. I don't want to have too much money in against her, but maybe I'm just falling for Remedy. I liked her last time out. I was very angry after she completely missed the break and then only lost by 3/4 of a length. I really thought she gave it a heck of a try. I trust Brad Cox to have a forward move. The problem is she probably needs a significant forward move if she's going to down Midnight Bizou. You like Midnight Bizou and Prado Sweet Ride?
Yeah, I'm going to go 7-6-2 in here. And to be honest, it's not a race that I have a ton of interest in betting. I think this is, again, nothing more than really a means to an end. But even having said that, she's supposed to win in a spot like this. It's not necessarily a knock against the rest of the fillies and mares in here. It's just Midnight Bizou is very, very good.
Very short stab for me, 2-7-6-3 in the Grade 3 Houston Ladies Classic, your Sunday race of the day. You can bet the nice card. Lots of stakes at Sam Houston on Sunday with a DRFBets account. Deposit $50, bet with $200. Join DRFBets. Ready, set, bet. Approximate post time for the Houston Ladies Classic, 5:58 Central. Best of luck.